Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 112-106 win, Riker, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, the optimized tanking Oklahoma City Thunder. The Raptors, we won, so we can play the balloons in the fact that the Raptors are on a 3-game winning streak right now, but again, it depends what side you're on at the end of the season. We have a tough schedule coming up. OKC's a team we're neck and neck with in the tanking race. What are your emotions after this game?
Worse than that we're neck and neck, Ben. The Bulls had won. The Wizards had won 4. The Raptors are down to 12. They had no business winning this game, but as you put it in the thumbnail, Chris Boucher, he did not want this team to lose. Can we go into a segment early, Ben? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to break this down without spoiling the segment. I'm giving the gold star immediately. You see the Walmart on. This is optimized tanking Oklahoma City Thunder. The gold star is going to Chris Boucher for hitting 8 straight points and then hitting a clutch dagger 3 to win this one. I get it. He wanted to play against Lou Dort. There was a Montreal explosion
You're giving
tonight.
a gold star for a game winner.
What business did they have winning this one, Ben? This was absurd. Maybe they're going to shock us all and beat the Nets, the Knicks, the Nets again, the Nuggets, and then the Jazz. But if they don't, then I'm going to circle back to this game and say this was a mistake.
Yeah, it's again, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're a team we're competing with to be at the bottom of the lottery if we're on tank. And I got the picture here. People are going to be mad at us if you're on team playoffs, but if you're on team tank, you're going to be frustrated with this win because you want to lose to OKC, and it's tough. It's a tough bargain to lose against a team that doesn't have Shea, that's already optimized for tanking, that's throwing the ball off their feet out of bounds down the stretch of the game to purposely throw this game, throw it out of the water, but it's nice to see the Raptors play well, and obviously it's encouraging to see our young guys, show promise, getting an opportunity, and we'll talk about them a lot in this podcast, but we don't want to be too much of a too down on the Raptors winning and closing out a game, because it's not the end of the world. And right, we brought this up for while we've been talking about the tank, while we've been on this wave, that there's a lot of games left in the season to past the OKC Thunders, the Wizards, the Bulls, as you've brought up, right? So we can get to the bottom of the standings incrementally, going up against better teams, but seeing the Malachi Flynns of the world, the Bouchers, all these guys have strong performances, that's really encouraging for next season. And again, if we do come out and beat the Brooklyn Nets, if we beat the New York Knicks, who have been on fire as of late, if we beat all these teams, the Jazz, then, that's confidence building that, okay, maybe we could upset a Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs. The talent's certainly there. Just the makeup of the season has been messy. We're cool with it if we're going to go all-out playoffs, but we don't want to halfway it, Riker.
Here's the thing, Ben. We both believe. Well, you swept the regular season against the Bucks with the small ball lineup. So obviously you could compete with the Bucks in the playoffs. Now, they're a different animal come playoff time, and they're adding pieces. Maybe Jabari Parker is going to help them turn
He's on the Celtics.
Oh, that is the Celtics. Yeah, you're right. They didn't add anybody necessarily in the buyout market.
In the trade.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a shot there. Philadelphia 76ers, they took a game against them this season, but the Nets is that scary first round matchup if you happen to make it out of the play-in. Right now they're sitting at second, so you'd almost rather, if you're saying you got to go for it and fully commit if you're going to commit, well, I'd only commit to wherever would make you face the 76ers in the first round, because the Nets, that's just so tough, Ben. That's just that.
We beat the Nets, though. We've beaten them.
Listen, if they're playing all 3 of their superstars, that is just a challenging team, especially with how the Raptors seem to have struggled to play one-on-one defense this season. I know we should be a better defensive team. I don't know what our defensive net rankings are, but there's just certain games where we're getting lit up by lesser teams. And anyways, My point being, Ben, I agree with you, but they just can't find themselves in that first-round match against the Nets, or else it's all lost.
Yeah, and things will all fall into place as the season goes along. But Riker, we missed it, right? We had our first super chat of the day from Paul Blunt. Shout out Paul Blunt. He's usually with those blunt takes we've seen over the past couple podcasts, but shout out for the super chat. But Walmart team tank disaster. I'm assuming he's on Team Tank. I believe that's what he means.
He's definitely on Team Tank.
Yeah, Paul Blunt's on Team Tank, so that's where we're still at, right? We got the little graphic here. Let us know in the comment section where you guys are at currently. If you're on Team Tank after the couple of wins, or if you're on Team Playoffs, you've jumped on the bandwagon, and we'll see what happens over the next stretch of games. Maybe they'll turn it around. The defense has been better with actual centers on the lineup, but Ryker, it kind of sucks after everyone's playing well. We're just down on the team, you know. People were playing well.
Yes.
We'll
and
play
Ben,
the balloons
Chris
for some
Boucher,
positivity.
And we don't win unless there's a record that's broken or shattered. And tonight, Chris Boucher, career high in 3. So I gave him the gold star. Really, it has to be Paul Watson, a true gold star, because he went over 10 after his big 30-point outburst. But Chris Boucher broke his career 3-point record. Again, he had this crazy head-to-head matchup with Montreal fellow native Le Guen Dort and a bunch of Canadians in this one. Then Chris Boucher, crossover. I don't want to spoil anything for the segments, but what do you like from this man tonight?
Boucher, he's confident, he's hitting threes, and just to end off our earlier points, we have another super chat. It's within the theme of the beginning of the podcast. Arco, right? He's getting in the super chat Hall of Fame with all the stuff he's been bringing. I'm editing that video segment up. Lots of editing happening. He says everyone hit that MF like. Arco knows what's up. He's on Team Tank, so get in that like section. I saw some people talking like Spike in the chat earlier, Ryker.
We got
some segments happening there. Like Spike. But we'll leave that wild banter for the end of the podcast. But we'd really appreciate it. It helps us out if you guys like and subscribe to the channel. But you brought up Boucher, right? And thanks, Arco. But you brought up.
You might as well give Peasant Plays. He was also in there with the super like.
Yeah, he had another. I'm missing these stuff. You got the eye on it better than I do. But Chris Boucher equals the mayor of Montreal, and that is true. 31 points, 12 rebounds. You brought up 6 of 9 from the 3-point line. Career high in 3-point shots. That's right. You and I were hitting some threes today at the basketball court today. So maybe that energy transferred over to Chris Boucher. But again, the Raptors, it's nice to see the Raptors win if there's a storyline, if there's a narrative. There's no boring wins, which has been nice to talk about and all that. And Chris Boucher, looking confident and playing his natural position of the power forward, seems to have really unlocked him over the past couple weeks. He's coming over on the weak side. He's not getting bullied by any of these centers. He's playing on the wing a little bit more. And I don't know, and obviously we're not spoiling any segments, but Chris Boucher, on multiple occasions, his handle, I don't know if it's him playing the wing position-ish. I guess the 4 is now a wing position. But there's a couple times he was confident to handle. Again, he's not at that level yet. But the fact that he's dribbling and stuff, we brought it up, I think, last season when we were thinking, okay, can Chris Boucher make the rotation? We said, if he can develop his handle the same way Siakam has, and by no means is Siakam a Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry with the dribble, but if he's a capable ball handler to use that length and get around people, he can be a really, really nice player in the NBA.
Well, we hit Chris Boucher with the Steph Curry comparison at the beginning of the season. You hit Paul Watson with the Steph Curry comparison after last game. So we clearly love to put Steph Curry's name into Raptors performances. But I agree with you, Ben. Just, we said it. Taking the pressure off of him to have to bang bodies with the big centers, put him into his natural 4, have him play outside the perimeter. I mean, he was being guarded by Pokusevski tonight. Moses Brown, they're super tall, lanky guys. I don't think that they have very much quickness. So this is one that he really has the ability to showcase, display what he's been working on, what he's been cooking in the kitchen between games, Ben. And I love this one from Boucher. Again, I think that this guy, you put him on a lineup with Kem Birch, right? They had him on with Kem Birch, Boucher, and Utah. So you're going really big, and that just brings out the best in his game.
Yeah, and we have another super chat, but to keep on Boucher, we got the balloons going. Do you agree Boucher is the mayor of Montreal? Yes, no. Should it be him? Should it be Birch? Should it be Dort? Because Dort is a guy that's in contention there.
It's obviously not Birch. Look at the games that they had. Look at the games that Dort
just in general.
Tonight.
We're talking
29, 5 for 8 from 3.
Dort or Boucher?
Boucher.
Boucher? He got the win tonight. He got the street cred.
Hit that dagger catapult shot.
The catapult shot. But pain-causing Samurai, he's bringing it back to the start of the video, saying, don't let talk of tanking tarnish such a tableau of talent. Lots of T's in there. That'd be tragic.
Alliteration at its finest, pain-causing samurai, making Ben work for the tip.
We appreciate. I don't even know if I played the segment for that, but Pain Causing Samurai, he's also going to be a guy that's got to be in the Super Chat Hall of Fame when that graphic gets made. But I assume that means the Raptors. He doesn't want the Raptors to tank. Doesn't want us to tarnish that style. It's only for one season. I think it's fine. Do you agree with that, Riker?
The tank?
No, that is fine. It's fine if we tank for 1 year. It doesn't tarnish the Raptors' winning culture.
This is what, so we had a training session on how to use OBS, the software that Ben so masterfully has learned and coded and everything to make the edits as we go on. And we're very non-tech savvy, myself and Josh, who makes videos on the channel, but he had a point too, because he really, really firmly hates the idea of tanking. And we said, but we're not tanking. He's like, but you're going to put, you expect a young player to come in and be the best player on the team. No, we expect a young player to improve the team. And he was like, not what was his word? He said not rebuilding, rebuilding, but retooling. And that's the thing. Tanking is not rebuilding. We're not starting from scratch.
No,
we're just retooling.
1000%. We had a couple more super chats as well from Peasant Plays and Jaden Alter. And Peasant Plays brings up that we should not forget about Scary Gary, the GOAT, Trent Jr., and we'll talk about him in a bit, so we certainly will not be forgetting him. Appreciate the super chat. And I'm mad at Boucher and Watson. They are selling the tanks, sir. We agree, Jaden. They're playing well in the game. They're not selling their jumpers. They're not doing any of that stuff, but they're hurting the tank for sure. They're not playing the kazoos. Boucher and Watson are not on Team Tank. I guess Watson maybe got a talking to from Masai Ujiri saying, the ideal situation for a guy like Paul Watson, who's still trying to really establish himself in the NBA, is, okay, I gotta come out and score 30 points, right? And that's what he did last night. But Masai Ujiri probably went up to him and said, we love that, we appreciate you, we like that you've seen that, but the real way you want to make this roster is just go out there and go 0 for 10 and 0 for 6 from the three-point line. That would be greatly appreciated. But unfortunately, it didn't translate into an L.
We get it, but that's not what we're trying to do. So, pump the brakes.
So, surely Paul Watson will be dropping 30 pieces all next season. Without a doubt. Riker's not sold that he's going to be a rotation piece. But before we get into Gary Trent Jr., the super chats keep rolling in, Riker. And I may be Team Tank, however, I love seeing the bench winning. And if we give our young guys runs, win or lose, that is great for next season. 1000% agree, Arco. That is big facts. We'll talk about Trent. We'll talk about Malachi, all the young guys. Trent won't be a bench player. But yeah, let's dive into Trent first. 23 points, 5 rebounds. Not the most efficient of nights, 9 of 25 from the field. But you gotta love the confidence in the way he shows up down the stretch.
Yep. A lot of his points were in the fourth quarter. He almost had 9 points in a row. He's a guy that has swagger. He has confidence. He's going to be a really good fit on this Toronto Raptors team, Ben.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know who he did it against. Oh, and that final play against Dort to seal the game. Dort came up, full court pressure. We were only up by 2 points, maybe 4 points, but I think it was 2 points. Lou Dort has revered as one of the best defenders in the league. He clamped guys like James Harden. And Gary Trent Jr., he's struggling to keep his dribble. Kem Birch comes out for a high screen, knocks Dort back, and then Gary Trent Jr. just crafty gets into the lane, obviously kicks it out to Boucher, who hit the dagger catapult. So good on him for making those game-winning, closing baskets, plays.
The dagger catapult. You love to see it.
Catapult.
You love to see Chris Boucher. And then Trent, he's been an absolute monster for us right now. Just his decision-making, and it's been brought up on multiple occasions. His defense, especially with the Portland Trailblazers, that's something they really miss. That's something they're talking about a lot over there. And he's really shown it on both ends of the basketball court. Currently, for a young guy, that's very encouraging to see going forward. And Peasant Plays is brought up with another super chat saying Danny Green didn't get his ring. And Riker, speaking of Danny Green, I'll incorporate this into a little question towards you. Because I've seen a couple of comparisons with Gary Trent Jr. over the past little while. One from a Celtics fan that is not a fan of the Toronto Raptors. He said, Gary Trent Jr. is Gary Trent Jr.'s ceiling is Danny Green. While many Raptors fans, we post on our story, someone saying the take, Gary Trent Jr. will become better than Bradley Beal. So, where are you on that spectrum? Is he more Danny Green or is he more Bradley Beal, Riker?
I'm surprised that your Celtics fan friend doesn't like the Toronto Raptors, Ben. Shocker. But that's insulting to Gary Trent Jr. He's only 22. He already has a more versatile game than Danny Green, who I don't believe he ever shot a pull-up jumper for the Toronto Raptors. And he definitely never scored very many points in the paint. That guy just was allergic to doing layups and to getting any sort of dribble drive. But Danny Green, he's not a scrub. Yes, he breaks a lot of shots, and he has a lot of memes around him now. And he was pretty unplayable in our championship stretch. But regular season, Danny Green was a fixture. And he was fantastic on defense. So we don't need to disparage him. Bradley Beal, that's a tough one because Bradley Beal is nice. He's nice. So he'd have to play really well for a long time to even get to Bradley Beal's level. Yeah,
for sure. I think Bradley Beal at his point in his career, actually, I think he was an older rookie. I'm not 100%. No, he was young. I'm mixing people up. But he was good for the Washington Wizards early in his career. So I think Bradley Beal had the earlier jump on him. But again, Beal was a third pick. Trent was a second round pick. Opportunities are completely different in that situation. But we got a couple more super chats, Riker. First round from Robert Paulo. First round, Raptors beat the 76ers or Bucks in 6. Agree? Hot take or cold take?
You love the 6. Wait, or maybe I love predicting series in 6 games, but I'm not that worried about any team in the East again, except for the Nets.
Bro, Nets are trash. We sweep the Nets. Everyone else in 6. But and Arco says, bruh, they are on something. And yeah,
you and me or the Toronto Raptors?
I'm assuming they're talking about the Danny Green take because that's what the chat seemed to have been talking about. But maybe we're on something.
I think pain-causing Samurai said his floor is Danny Green. I think that's a very accurate assessment.
That's fair. And Danny Green is a solid floor. He's a starter on a championship roster many of times. So,
yeah,
positive
at
thing.
least 3 times.
Yeah. Danny Green, the sniper. But we talked about Gary Trent Jr. a lot. One guy that, again, doesn't get a lot of shout, doesn't get a lot of clout, because most of the game he doesn't have the most insane of box scores, but Malachi Flynn ended up with 15, 7, and 5 tonight, 6 of 14 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. But people are bringing up Gary Trent Jr. as our future closer, but Malachi Flynn, not only is he hitting clutch shots down the stretch when he's not had the most El Fuego of games, but is that Spanish? I think it's a little bit. But he's also facilitating for people. He's driving in the lane. Those pick and rolls are happening. I really am in love with Malachi Flynn's game. It's not perfect just yet. He's a rookie, older rookie, I guess, but he looks really polished in terms of his decision making. And once those shots become more consistent, once he gets just a bit more accuracy, a bit more pinpoint on those passing, I think he could be a legitimate starting point guard in the NBA in the future, Riker.
Yeah, fourth quarter Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. No, not Flynn sanity. Fourth quarter Flynn. It's very interesting to watch his game really come alive.
I'm gonna pun.
Oh, and I thought of a pun like an hour in advance. That was the best that I could think of. But here's the thing. He does seem to really thrive in the fourth quarter. Pick and roll with Kem Birch looked nice. Freddie Gillespie, confirmed. Gillespie, not Gillespie.
We had it right. We don't need to do this to ourselves anymore, the Charles Barkley thing. We'll never mess up a name again in the future of the podcast, but sorry to cut you off, Riker.
Gillespie better offensively. Kem Birch, I guess he struggled to find his touch in this game, but Ben, 4 offensive rebounds. That's something that Toronto Raptors, even Serge Ibaka didn't like to do. Nobody liked to stick their nose into the paint when there was a shot that went up. It's always been the mentality, just get back on defense. So it's nice to see an offensive rebounding Toronto Raptor. How does that come back to Malachi Flynn? Just that he's in there. He's getting people touches. He's getting into the paint. He's looking to throw those lobs to Kem Birch down the stretch. It's really nice to see, Ben.
Yeah, I just love a good guard that can throw those passes. Just needs to add a little no look to it, and then he's the perfect player. But Malachi Flynn, we had a lot of guys. You brought up Freddie Gillespie off the bench, 10 points. Utah, 10 points as well, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Stanley Johnson, one of his better games of the season, 12 points. 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Fundamentals going in. 3 of 9 from the field. But I thought it was from 3 when I first read it. That's why I brought up the stat. But any thoughts on 3 of those guys coming off the bench and giving good minutes?
I'm going to be talking a lot about Stanley Johnson once we get to the segments. Gillespie, he's fantastic. He's going to stick around for the Toronto Raptors. Utah, again, we played a much bigger lineup with Utah. Kem Birch, I was struggling to remember the name there. Utah, Kem Birch, Chris Boucher, and I want to pronounce Utah's last name, but I feel like I'm in between. Like you've said it wrong so many times.
Give it a go.
Watanabe.
You got it.
Yes.
I don't even need to play the segment. That's I think so. I'm maybe not the validating selector on that, but I believe that's right.
But Ben, listen, bench, everybody seems to have their mojo back. So yeah, it's great. Everybody making the point that it's nice to see the bench guys get run. I 100% agree.
Yeah, for sure. And people are saying, not Donald Fagan, saying we want 289 likes. I'm not sure if that's a number that means something specific.
We're at 89 right now.
We're at 89. Guys,
and there's 404 in the chat.
404 in the chat. We can get to 289 right now if everyone likes this video that's in the chat. It'd be graciously appreciated, but helping that like spike, it really helps us out, and the video's doing well and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, aim for 289.
Get in the like section. Just do it. Just get. So we might get this one demonetized. Can't say just do it.
Why?
It's trademark logo or slogan.
It's the Walmart hat on your head right now.
Yeah, true.
And our logo just taken from the Raptors.
Hypocrisy.
It is what it is. But Joshua,
get in the like section.
Yeah, hop in the like section. We got another super chat from Arco saying Joshua in the chat said Flynn Reaper. Ooh, I like that name. What are your thoughts on that one, Riker? You're not on Flynn Sanity, Flynn Reaper.
I'm fourth quarter Flynn. That's my choice. And the Slim Reaper, obviously Kevin Durant, I just listened to a podcast. He says that he finally feels like he's at a point in his career where he deserves to have that nickname. So we're going to have to start saying it early and often before Slim Reaper really catches on if we want Flynn Reaper to take off.
No, look, Flynn. We got to keep brainstorming the names. So we'll keep an eye out, especially during the finals.
Have you heard Kevin Porter Jr.'s nickname? I think he named it. I think he named himself. Have you heard it?
No.
Black Joker. That's one of the worst ones I've heard.
What? You got the J, Junior Joker.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So perhaps
But there's just such a popular Joker and Jokic. Like, you're just gonna tack black onto the beginning of it and just run with it. Like, you can be more creative than that, I'm sure.
Yeah, let us know what your guys' thoughts on nicknames. What's the best nickname in the league? We'll try and that's a question for the end of the segments, because we haven't even gotten into the segments, Riker. Anything you want to talk about? Rodney Hood, 7 minutes. Ben Breeze, 20 and 2?
No.
20 minutes and 2 points by that. All good? Okay. We'll swing it straight into the segments. And tonight, the spicy pea lay of the day. I think it's quite clear what it's going to be if you watched this game, if you peeped Reddit, if you looked at Twitter. But as everyone knows, the spicy pea lay of the day, it's brought to you by Tiger's Milk Hot Sauce. Oh my god, I almost dropped this. Real Hot Jungle Spice. I'm getting that there. I'm trying to get it in the focus of the camera. Man, my camera's like out of focus. Oh, you got the webcam going? Yeah, you're holding up better than I am. But you can use promo.
Take the dab tonight.
You're taking the dab? I almost dropped.
I thought you were taking the dab. I got the camera. You got the dab.
Man, no, I got my hot sauce upstairs. I gotta put it. I ate some tacos the other day, but use the promo code WeTheNorth to get not 20% off. We gotta update this logo, but 50% off your order at shoptigersmilk.com. Quality hot sauce, the best hot sauce I've had. Bottled in Peru, or it's picked in Peru, bottled in Toronto. Support local. Quality stuff. Riker, how's that dab?
Good. Sometimes it hits the throat different.
That's what happens. You take a dab of hot sauce, but quality stuff. But tonight, I said it earlier. Everyone knows what it's going to be. When Chris Boucher is taking ankles, when Chris Boucher is acting like the ankle bully, that's something you like to see. Any arguments, any disagreements there?
He crossed up Pokashevsky. Leo said, "Oh, Pokashevsky slipped." Imagine seeing Chris Boucher absolutely steal somebody's soul with a nasty ankle breaker, step back into a 3, which he made, and not even give him credit for getting an ankle breaker, Ben. Come on.
Yeah, it was a clear ankle breaker. So shout out Chris Boucher when he gets those ankle breakers. And yeah, quality spicy PLA. Before we swing into the OGs, we had a couple super chats here. So we'll acknowledge those as we go along. But William Chan says Stanley has to stop driving right into the D. Riker's about to talk a lot about that, William Chan, but we appreciate the super chat. That will be addressed in a couple seconds.
Yep. You're a little bit early, William Chan.
You got that knowledge. You got that. You know what's coming. But PP Co.
Donating in different currency. Maybe yen. Yeah. Maybe I have no idea what currency symbols look like, but this is a very cool one.
Riker got Watanabe correctly. A Japanese saying. Riker? No, we might have to retire this. Maybe if we knew the symbol. I think it's yen. We're just gonna roll with it.
If it is yen, isn't that so? That'd be like 1 cent.
I don't know. Regardless of how much that is, we appreciate the super chat. It's cool you get the logo. I didn't know that could happen. But yeah, those different currencies were always rocking out.
$5. Is it crazy? Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
Graciously appreciate it. I don't know why it didn't pop up to the top, but shout out PBCO. But not all plays can be the spicy PLA of the day. And some just make you say, oh, geez. And I think you wanted to take this one away. Ooh.
I just want to flash this. Let it sink in a little bit. Ben, this one, it's going to a collection of Utah, Stanley Johnson predominantly. But the first thing is there was a Utah, Stanley Johnson fast break. And they both ran the left lane, and then the defense wasn't drawn to either of them. He was still in perfect position, and then he just passed it to Utah, who missed, and then Stanley Johnson recovered it, did a pump fake, and then both defenders went flying. Yep, so he finished it, so that was great, but it was just a really sloppy fast break. Another time, to end the third quarter, he just did way too many dribble moves, did the classic kind of flipped it up, just threw it towards the ceiling, nowhere near the basket. We see that all too many times from Stanley. And then finally, he almost had an and one, and I've never seen someone get so excited in my entire life. I think he scared his teammates that he was so passionate about it.
Riker, I think I saw someone more excited today.
Who?
Riker Richard back on the basketball court. I've been able to go a little bit during COVID season, but you got that run today for the first time in a while. We'll talk about that later. I just wanted to hype it up because we still have a couple segments to go, and we have a super chat from Gone, just straight up Gone.
Is new to the super chat scene.
I think I've seen Gone before, whether it's in the chat or not. Gone says the Crimson Flint.
That's not bad.
That's from something, it's right? Cool. People have mentioned that. What's that from?
Crimson. Let us know, Gon. Yeah. Let us know what that's from.
Yeah, we appreciate it. That sounds cool, though. And I feel, as I've heard it before, but Arco back with another one. Boucher is a GOAT, breaking ankles as a big. Riker, Boucher coming back next season. Kevin Durant, who's better?
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, I think it's clear. Arco said it. Boucher's GOAT. No, not even a question. But Peasant Plays, can we get the Walmart Raptors hat merch? People are asking for the merch, Riker, and it's coming. It's coming. I'm working on building out that website. It's still in final season, but a lot of relaxed stuff. By the end of this week, I'm setting that deadline for myself. That website should be built, and the merch should be coming. It should be coming. So Peasant Plays, we're doing it for you. I don't know if the hat's a little bit on the way, but the shirts are good.
Yep. There needs to be embroidery because it's got to get like stitched in anyways. And a huge one, Derek McCurdy exploding onto the scene.
Derek McCurdy, a legend, another legend in the super chat saying team playoffs. He is on team playoffs. Derek McCurdy is on team playoffs. The Raptors are making it. Great show as always. Love the Raptors Digest. Love to the Raptors Digest community. We appreciate it. We both did that in sync. That was smooth.
Appreciate it.
But
People comment on our chemistry, Ben. That's because we're basically brothers. Like you said, if we had our hair the same length, we look the same.
we used to freak people out when we had the same length hair because we both got the curls too, right? People roast you for the perm, but when mine's short, it's the same thing. So, that's a style. And when we both rock the glasses too, when we both have these on, I have my contacts in, so I can't see anything at all right now. When we both have the glasses on.
I don't have them next to me.
You don't have them next to you, bro?
No, I brought them to my workstation for a training session. But Ben, everybody's saying Fairly Odd Parents, The Crimson Chin. I do vaguely remember that show from childhood, but I was never a big cartoon guy. I don't even think we had that channel, to be honest with you. But Fairly Odd Parents.
We just didn't have those channels.
Anyways, let's swing into the last one. The last segment. I brought it up at the beginning.
I was saying I was playing animation. At somebody else? No, I was pointing to you to say the Damari Carroll Gold Star Award, but
yeah, the Damari Carroll Gold Star Award for worst performance. Gave it out.
We're just hyping up the chemistry, and then
then just a total miscue.
It is what it is. But continue.
Oh my goodness, that's it, Ben. I gave it to Boucher. That's just because you kind of want to tank, especially when it was so close down the stretch. You didn't need to throw the game to lose. You could have just lost naturally, but instead they go out there with some clutch dagger shots, and it was fun. It was actually very fun down the stretch. We're a little bit worried if they can start winning against these good teams, then maybe we'll have confidence and maybe it's all worth it in the end, Ben. But it's probably Paul Watson in this one for real Gold Star. Do you have somebody better?
The anti-Gold Star Award, bro. Paul Watson, he's doing us a favor. Masai Ujiri went to him and said, "We get it, you're good, but really help us out in this next game." And I just want to say, Ronnie Penn, I'm assuming, I guess Fairly Odd Parents. Was it Fairly Odd Parents? I didn't watch YTV, but it was in Newfoundland. That was a channel we did have. We don't want to bash Newfoundland's name. It's a quality place.
I didn't actually have. We had two channels growing up. We had I don't even know. We didn't even have cable for the longest while. Okay. And then
but it was in Newfoundland cable. Like it was.
Yeah.
I threw Newfoundland under the bus. I apologize. It's a spot to be, but Ryker. Looking at the chats, it's getting a little bit wild. This pod's been fun, but we're about to take it to a whole nother level. So you guys know what time it is.
Oh my.
Woo woo woo. Woo woo.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Woo, woo. And this final alarm, we're in the middle of giving these alarms out, and we're setting records here. Records. Well, the most at once, I don't even know. Tonight's going to be another record, just overall. Break those out of our seats. This is wild. This is wild.
Oh my gosh.
For people that are listening, not necessarily checking the chat, but I need the legendary super chat animation done. I gotta get Tyson on that if I'm struggling with school, or not struggling with school. Spending time on school, but we'll do them in The audio for this is gonna be wild, but
let's go through them, Ben.
Let's rock through them. You guys are all goated, but Arco first. We'll do them from order we see them. Says Derek needs to beat this now. He said he would beat the super chat. Gotta support my guys. So Arco, we appreciate your tweet. Each of these get their own super chat Kyle Lowry's, and we're gonna throw you guys all in the legendary animation. But first one, appreciate it from Arco. And okay, we gotta get this right.
You got a pronunciation here.
Amrit Pal, Sudan.
I'm gonna go Amrit Pal.
Amrit? Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna go Amrit Pal.
I'm giving myself the Charles Barkley.
You're saying Amrit. I'm saying Amrit. Amrit Pal, Sudan. Let us know what it actually is. Yep. He said, "I'd rather give y'all $50 than Jake Paul. Love the content. You guys know, you probably know I'm a huge UFC buff, and this one pained me. You picked the worst stand-up MMA fighter that the UFC has probably ever seen. Yes, he was an Olympian. He was a one champion. He's won multiple awards in lesser MMA leagues, but then you put him up against a YouTube boxer and he gets TKO'd in the first round. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for lovers of the actual fighting sport. So I appreciate you popping into this one and feeling like you're willing to give the PPV money and stuff to that nightmare and then bring it over to support Raptors. Wholesome content. So appreciate that very much. And then Ben, I'm still shaking off my seat here. That was $50. That would have been the highlight of our entire night, of our entire week. And he got one up. Derek McCurdy. Holy.
Man, Derek McCurdy saying, "Nice job, guys. Shoot some hot sauce, gentlemen." And honestly, I'll go for it too. This is still I have my hot sauce upstairs. It's almost gone. I'm almost through the bottle. I've been keeping this down here so I don't have to refrigerate it. But I'm opening this one up now, just in honor of a $70 super chat.
I'll wait for you.
We'll do it together. We'll do it all together. Everyone watching this, Riker, you ready to down some Tiger's Milk hot sauce?
Can we cheers across the screen?
Well, I can do it
right
towards
there?
my camera. Okay, here? Oh, wrong way from me.
Yeah, I think I'm right here on mine.
I'm a little bit further back, but let's do it.
3, 2, 1, boop.
Bang. Woo!
That's good.
I've never eaten that straight. Oh my goodness. It's good though. It's delicious.
That it is.
Rip to everyone that's gonna eat my hot sauce after.
Emma Pal Sudan. Riker nailed it. Got the pronunciation.
I'll give myself this. I knew I messed that up, but Riker,
Vaseline
you've been on a roll with that. But Derek Emrit, and I'm just, the spice is getting me. I'm there, and Arco, we appreciate all those. But I downed a good bit of that. I'm not, I down a little bit, but that's this pod has gone off the rails. We apologize for the audio specifically version, but this is a big moment in Raptors Digest history. So the video, the people watching live, you got to see it. And Peasant Plays, he's calling out Derek with the $2 super chat. He says, "Beat that, Derek." But anyways, we appreciate them all. And we appreciate even people that can't super chat, aren't super chat, and everyone that's here at the Raptors Digest community. It's awesome stuff. And we still got a lot of pod to go, so we're not going to sound off with it, but that's just wild. That's wild. We appreciate that.
That is. And then we got one more Pain Causing Samurai come in. Rename the segment the What Anabe until OG is rested. And I don't hate that. That could be a segment preview for next season. I think we're going to ride out what we have, but we've been saying we need to start mixing it up, adding in new things, maybe taking out some of the more offensive ones, namely Damari Carroll.
They're not offensive.
Maybe
they're just a little slanderous.
Everything that we do is in jest, and obviously we have no menace because we have been Raptors fans for almost our entire lives, and every moment is fun, like whether the Raptors are winning, losing, or not. But sometimes people stand out and they become memeable, they become characters, and they get a legacy for just not being good, such as Damari Carroll. But we might change it.
I threw up the pylon in the middle of us as well.
The what? And
honestly,
I like that one.
When I get more time, I'm gonna design that one too. That's quality. Shout out Pain Causing Samurai, but shout out everyone. Y'all are great, as we've brought up. But Riker, he brought up until OG is rested. Do you see all the stuff going around earlier before this game about rest, the fines, and then the interviews regarding the rest?
Yes. No. The interviews?
Yeah. So firstly, the Toronto Raptors fined $25,000 for just blatantly resting people for no reason in the previous game. I think the Spurs were fined as well. Looks like they're on a little tank season as well. But then I still I'm not good at spicy foods. I still got the hot sauce in the back of my mouth, so I apologize if I'm talking weird. But regardless, Nick Nurse was asked why Siakam was out, and he has the shoulder injury, and he asked when did he get hurt? Nurse like, I don't know, I didn't ask. And then he was asked about Kyle Lowry. He was out with the toe thing, and then they said, okay, so why is Kyle Lowry sitting out? It's not the toe thing now. It's, I guess his toe thing healed, and now he's just out for rest.
Just don't even deny it. I saw somebody put up, it was one of the Raptors fan Instagram channels, that they said, what an evil league. They forced the Raptors to play in Tampa, away from the families, and in kind of the hotspot of the United States, and then they find them when they're just trying to optimize their tank and trying to get some players rest. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
25K for Cade, ? Says Country Kong.
25.
Well, 25K is not going towards Cade if the deep bench is still pulling out wins. So
25K?
Yeah, that's how much they were fined.
Oh. I was thinking he was bringing up the road to 20K subscribers. 25K for Kate Cunningham. I played that animation. That's all. That's all that's going on. But Riker, we're already at 200 likes. 200 likes in this video. People are loving the super chat. I think really, like, Derek, all the super chatters, they've been really carrying this video right now. So we appreciate that. But hop in the like section. You get a little like spike. People were saying earlier 298 or 289.
289.
Yeah.
We're at 203. We're pretty close. We got time for one more, maybe two more like spikes.
A couple like spikes. Yeah, get a little chant. Like spike, like spike, like spike, like spike.
We could thunderclap the like spike. Anyways, let's talk about basketball. Let's talk about culture before we go back to talking about basketball, because Kem Birch, he didn't have himself as much of a night, right? He was 2 for 9 from the interior. Now, the Thunder, they actually are a pretty long team. They have a lot of height. You have, what's his name, Brown. I don't know his first name. You have Pokashevsky. You have Baisley,
Yep.
who is really long, even though he's only 6'8". But I want to circle back and say, Brown, the keep your head up guy, does he not look like YBN Namir? I don't know if you ever follow YBN Namir rubbing off the paint back in the SoundCloud era, like the peak SoundCloud era. But then his most recent album, there's a song called Soul Train. I don't know if you've heard it. It is the worst song I've ever heard in my life. He's out there looking like YBN Namir, just for the culture.
Man, YBN Namir, what a guy. Yeah, is that his popular one? What was the name you said?
It's Soul Train. Listen, I'm going to say this to everybody, because I would assume most people that watch basketball, they also listen to rap music and hip hop. YBN Namir, Soul Train. 55 seconds onwards. It is going to be the worst torture you will ever put your ears through, your eardrums. It's the worst song I've ever heard in my entire life. That's a fact. There's just no debate.
There's one YBN Namir. I don't listen to like much hardcore rap anymore, but like YBN Namir, there's one song I really like. But we have another super chat. A $25 super chat. Usually you and I would just be blown away, and we still are blown away, right? Antonio Valencia. Valencia. Well, I thought you were reacting to my Spanish, because you kind of mildly.
Oh, let's hear it again.
Antonio Valencia.
This is the question. Is it Valencia or Valencia?
Valencia. That's probably what it's at. He says, "Hola, amigos."
Hola, amigos.
Just the laughing emoji.
¿Cómo estás?
Comme si, comme ça.
No. Oh, no, I guess that would be the answer. Yeah.
Dans le français, monsieur. But we really appreciate all the super chats again. We appreciate all the chats and everything going on. But people are agreeing Soul Train is awful. I gotta listen to it.
It sucks. It sucks.
Peasant Play says Ben Rogers listens to hardcore rap. I don't let him lie. Back in the day, I'm a big Anderson .Paak guy. Bit of Tame
Frank
Impala.
Ocean.
Frank, I've been off the Frank. I'm wearing a blonde hoodie right now. I've been off that wave though.
I'll say this because people love my dating scene. They love to know the ins and outs of who I'm talking to, what I'm doing. We went to a brewery that actually moonlights, but it daylights as a coffee shop. And this coffee shop only played Frank Ocean Blonde the whole album through. And I was like, this is a vibe. This is a vibe.
That's this Bannerman Brewery. We give a little shout out. They're not sponsoring us, but is that the spot?
That was Bannerman Brewery. Shout out.
You gotta. I can't believe you went without me. Took a girl there. Disappointed. It is what it is. But that's the vibes. If you guys ever come to Newfoundland, you can shoot us a DM. We'll tell you the spots to go, the hikes and stuff. But Riker,
and we ought to start talking about basketball for anybody who's new to the video, because they're just gonna tune in and be like, "What the heck is going on here?"
How many people
do
we have in this? I don't have that up.
360 right now.
360 in here. Get those like spikes, get everything happening. But a little bit of basketball. Freddie Gillespie got his 10-day contract extended. Thoughts? Think he'll be back next season?
Oh yeah, you would hope.
Yep.
You would hope.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, yeah. We both agree. His interviews are great. The way he talks to the media, he just seems like a Toronto Raptor. I went on this big rant in the last podcast. Don't want to reiterate myself. Arco with another super chat. hard to believe Namir and Corday were in a group.
Yeah, YBN.
YBN. Was that YBN Melly too, or no?
No, that's YNW Melly, I think.
That's personalities. That's the.
Yeah. But he has a new one called Nana Doo Doo or something, and it's a TikTok song now. It's Oh Nana Doo Doo, and then some expletives. We can't say it onto the podcast, but if you're on TikTok, you'll probably see it. I'm surprised Ben doesn't know it. He's the big resident TikTok man.
Hey yo, my whole TikTok feed is in French right now. I only watched the French videos just so I could learn, I could hear it spoken to me back, because very few people speak French in Newfoundland. Honestly, I don't know if I got that confidence to speak in it consistently just yet with people. But another super chat, the basketball super chat as well. Does this Raps team with Jokic win the chip? Riv 2K, shout out for the super chat. I think that's a clear yes.
Clear yes.
Yep.
How high were we on Karl Anthony Towns' potential trade? If we were going to package up Norman Powell and Kyle Lowry and send them to the Minnesota Timberwolves, we thought that might put them into the championship picture. So Jokic, hands down, best center in the league.
Yep.
He's number one. He's, 100 and something out of 100 and something votes for MVP this year in a recent poll. Like, he had 10 out of 120 votes. So that would be a championship team.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to get MVP though? Just to build off that, Jokic or Embiid? I think it's going to be Embiid. I think he's got the record. My machine learning algorithms predicted Embiid. Do you agree with the math there?
This will be a true test to finish the season, Ben, because without Jamal Murray, I think that it's expected that the Denver Nuggets will probably start losing a couple more games, or at least the close ones. So if they're able to go on a win streak to end the season, then there might even be a better argument towards Jokic.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's going to depend on how the Nuggets do. If they can get a top 4 seed in the Western Conference, that's for sure. I think after Russell Westbrook and his poor playoff performances, I don't know if they give a 6th seed or somewhere around that area an MVP just yet. But it's going to be interesting.
Everybody in the comments is saying Embiid for the most part, a couple of Jokic,
couple
the blue is saying he wants you to respond, or she wants you to respond to their French messages, Ben. Scroll up just a little bit. Ben,
réponds-moi, je veux pratiquer ton français. Salut le bleu. Je m'appelle Ben. It's pressure in the podcast. I'm a reader, you know. That's my level.
There was no pressure in today's 5-on-5, Ben. You went out first touch of the basketball. You hit that 3.
I had a few threes today in that little 5-on-5 game. A couple behind the back passes. I'm gassing myself up for this road to 20K subscribers game that we still haven't shot a promo for because we haven't gotten into the grindhouse just yet to film those commercial shoots. But Ryker, I think we might get some good content for this game. We might not be pure trash from what could have been from our game today.
Yeah, well, it would have been very awkward to film at a scene like a place like today because there was a ton of people, but we'll get it a little bit more isolated. We'll get that professional video editing going in, and I think people will be excited to see us play basketball. It's always fun. We pull out the weird street ball moves when we play one-on-ones typically. So the slip and slide, the sham god, you name it, we do it. So
yeah, we got all that juice. And apparently I did well in the French. Tu es très bien. With the all E's, like the OG's hoodie. But I appreciate the quality on the French. We got some fun stuff with the basketball. Race Mode Daily, he's always coming in clutch, like down at the end, down the stretch of the podcast. Race Mode Daily is always pulling through. And Raps WIN, give the show a like to 300. Give this show a like to 300. Anti-Tank. So he is on Race Mode Daily. He is on Team Playoffs. But we're all together. Even if you're on Team Tank, Team Playoffs, we're all on one bandwagon. We're all on one train. So we appreciate the super chat. And he's trying to get the show to 300 likes. Not even just 289. So we're really going to have to get this like spike cooking. Where are we at right now, Riker?
We're at 234, Ben.
234? A little like
We're
spike.
Close to that 289. We're close to that 289 that we wanted to start the season at. Let's just circle back to this, Ben, and maybe finish off the podcast. We've been going, almost an hour, 50 minutes, something like that.
The super chats we've been getting, we can rock out for. Riker will stay up. This was an early game, Riker. It's only 12 o'clock here. Your bedtime's 12:30.
On a non-podcast night, my bedtime is 9:30. I'll touch the pillow and fall asleep as early as I possibly can. Paul Blunt is coming in with another blunt comment. Best stream ever. Appreciate that. Time for bed. Well, listen, sir, the more you guys are given the super chats, the harder it is for me to step away from this because I love to respond to everybody's comments and questions. But Ben, I want to circle back to this one. Playoffs.
Play this. I've been slacking. I've been forgetting to play the animation on the last few super chats, so I gotta throw it out there just in honor of that.
Playoffs.
Yep.
Playoffs.
Yep.
So they started the night 12th seed. They were half game behind Wizards, who won 4. They clearly want to make the playoffs. They're half game behind the Bulls, who I think that they want to make the playoffs, but they just suck. And so perceivably, you probably could get ahead of those two teams, but it's a very tough schedule. Obviously, Nets, Knicks, Nuggets, and Jazz. In the next 5 games, I think. And so very, very tough schedule, Ben. But if they made the playoffs, what are we beating? Are we winning the play-in tournament? Are we assuming that the play-in tournament 8th seed is going to be or 7th seed is going to be the Miami Heat? Would it be Miami Heat first round? Are we winning that? Are we taking 2 games in a row on the Miami Heat to get into the actual playoffs through the play-in?
I think we get in the play-in tournament. I'm confident. I'm confident in this team to get a couple wins when it matters, when Nick Nurse is scheming, can draft up game plans for the other squad. I think regardless of the matchup, because it's not going to be the Sixers, Bucks, or Nets, we can win 2 out of 2 games. We can win 2 games in a row. Again, nothing. It's tough to tell with the just uncertainty regarding a play-in tournament situation. It's just a single game elimination if you're the lower seed. So it's hard to predict, but I'd be confident in this team. And then again, once you actually hit the playoffs, the Raptors are a battle-tested roster. Lots of guys that not necessarily weren't on the championship team now. New people in and out, but with the championship makeup of Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher, who's been there, won a couple championships, I'm confident in the squad. OG Anunoby as well, don't want to miss out on him.
Yeah, OG Anunoby. This is the thing, Bam Adebayo just hit a game winner tonight. Miami Heat, I actually think that they're a little bit scary in the play-in tournament. I would rather play Knicks, Hornets, Pacers, Bulls. I'm just listing kind of the bottom cluster there. I'm surprised that Atlanta is holding on to that 4th seed, but it is what it is. Miami Heat would be a challenge. You'd have to win 2 in a row in them in order to advance. And then again, it comes down to, we both think it'd be tough. It'd be really tough to beat the Bucks, to beat the 76ers. But then the Raptors seem to be right there, especially when they played them in the regular season. When you get healthy again, when you have Kem Birch, and you don't have Aaron Baines trying to shut down MVP candidate, potential MVP winner, Joel Embiid, right? Trying to shut down 2 year in a row MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you have a legitimate big guarding those guys, all of a sudden it becomes much more of a series. But that Brooklyn Nets team, man,
you're overstepping the Brooklyn Nets. I think we're fine. Kem Birch, he's a big guy. He's 6'9", and I've been peeping. There's a bunch of French French chats in the bringing up. Le Bleu, il a l'école demain. He has school tomorrow, I think. So I think he's still in here. Je m'en fous, Raptors Digest, C'est la vie. My friend has a C'est la vie tattoo, but I think that means he's staying. I'm not sure if you're still in the chat, but shout out LeBlue for pushing me to the edge with my French in a high intensity scenario while producing and recording a pod. But it's the playoffs. I think we should get a proper debate going in this chat right now. We'll throw the animation up. Firstly, let us know what you think of this nice Twilight animation of Team Tank, Team Playoffs. But right now, we're not about spam, and we've had a great moderator. I'm forgetting his Instagram handle, his YouTube handle, but we've had a moderator, Riker, in this chat. So maybe someone's been trying to spam and something.
Did you grant them moderating permissions?
Yeah. So I gotta code the name. I'm gonna shout him out first thing on next podcast.
Okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't have enemies that he's just randomly blocking from the chat.
He seems like a nice guy from the Insta DMs and stuff. But
okay,
throw it in the chat, spam it for 10 seconds. You get 10 seconds of spam. Are you Team Tank or are you Team Playoffs? Because after a 3-game winning streak, Riker, it was mostly Team Tank. You gotta lean the other side, bro. We're both. Yeah, you gotta get to that side.
I'm gonna say I'm going here. My brain has
Your
been
team
flipped.
playoffs?
I'm flipping.
You're flipping. You're flipping the script.
But Ben, we've had an hour-long conversation around how we think that the Raptors probably could still have impact in the playoffs. Of course, my opinion is starting to change.
But Riker, just think. Just think about the impact we could have with Mobley.
Yes. No, and that makes way more logical sense. Retool makes way more sense.
There's Peas.
But let's look at what everybody's saying. So we got
a lot of tanks.
I'm gonna see if I can count it. Got 1 playoff, 2 playoff, 1 tank, 2 tank, 3 playoff, 4 playoff, 3 tank, 4 tank, 5 playoff, 6 playoff.
Bro, I don't know how you're counting this.
Wow,
this
there's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what
now they're all coming in. But it's a lot of people saying that. A lot of people going, yeah. It seems very divided. I'm almost going to say 50-50.
I'm thinking I might be biased because you're on team playoffs now. But I think the Kazoos won out from what I've seen. The tanks, I've seen more T's than P's and all of this, but I agree. I'll be happy either way as long as we actually make the playoffs. If we get knocked out in a play-in tournament, I am just going to be sad. I will be living in my Walmart Raptors sadness, repping the Walmart Raptors all summer because that's what we were this season. If we were so bad, we had an opportunity to tank, and we just didn't even make the playoffs. Really bad situation. People are bringing up Barbara Baines.
That's funny.
Shout out.
Somebody said make a poll. The Blue. Can you make a poll from being in studio or no?
Ooh,
you got too much going on with OBS. And I have it. I'm watching on my burner, so.
If you can guess Ryker Richard's burner, throw it in the chat. Take a guess.
As if I need to be chat. I don't need to be live commenting along with it, but
yeah. But
maybe sometimes I sprinkle it in. This is speaking of sprinkling it in. I have forgot. I've let people down who have been waiting, anticipating, eagerly on the edge of their seat for WNBA facts. So I'm about to find one. You gotta
sneak them in, bro. You can't.
But Ben, we're at this late in the game. People are gonna start to give up hope. I need to at least re-inspire that it's coming. I need to reaffirm. Yes, you will hear it. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. Well, you gotta sneak it in because we do have a super chat from Race Mode Daily coming in clutch as always. Lowry can help this young team in the playoffs. That's for sure. Kyle Lowry is what we need in the playoffs. He's the best. He's a guy that you want to be your ceiling raiser, not necessarily floor raiser. And without a center, we had that struggle. It looked bad with Kyle Lowry when he was on the floor with a lot of deep bench guys. But Trent is a young player. OG is a young player. Malachi, now the way he's playing as a young guy, Lowry would perfectly help those guys out. But that's people are asking for 9-9's coming in directly asking for a like spike. So.
Ben, we're so close. 264.
264.
We just need, what's that quick maths? 25 more likes to hit our goal from the beginning of the episode. So,
Record, do we do it in sync? A little quick like spike?
Like
spike. Like. Oh, you're
spike,
going real slow.
Like spike.
Like spike.
The synchronization was off. People get the gist.
Yeah, we get the vibe. We got the chemistry.
The Blue knows how to add a poll. Listen, maybe you will be the moderator if you're able to add polls for next one because we need to get the official numbers.
The
Ben.
Blue,
you jumped to
can
the
I trust you? The Blue, I think I can make you moderator real quick.
If you can join as a moderator and immediately make a poll, that'd be quick because I think we need the official.
He's Blue. You're a moderator. Please don't do anything weird. I'm putting trust in you. I believe you're the one saying the French. The Bleu.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. I was... Tu fais la pole.
Full strength, we can make it. So we're playoffs or not, right? There's somebody that loves to make the playoffs, not only the playoffs, but the actual finals and never win. It's a criticism of LeBron's game that he doesn't have an incredible winning record, obviously 4 for 10 in the finals, I believe. But there's somebody who's they've come up short every single time. That's the New York Liberty, WNBA team. They're 0 for 4 in the WNBA finals. So, right? They maybe could have used a couple of tanking years. I don't know.
Who knows? Shout out the WNBA. That's New York Liberty. They're going to get it this year. I'm counting on it. The Knicks are back. The Liberty, they're going to get their title. Raptors are undefeated in the finals, in fact. So that's pretty cool.
We're 6 likes away from the like goal. Race Mode Daily popped in with a super chat to say, like the show so Grandpa Riker can go to bed. I like that nickname, right? They also call me Daddy Rave. I did go to see a Steve Aoki concert with a cardigan and a jean jacket, and my group of friends called me Daddy Rave. Grandpa Riker, it all fits. It all fits. We're four. I think I got a dislike for saying that. We're 4 likes away from the like goal. The blue is trying to make the poll, and
yeah, we gotta let the blue make us poll. Work is magic. We trust Le Bleu. Is it Le Bleu or the blue? Who knows? But Riker with the WNBA facts. Remember when you came to Montreal first? The first time you visited me in McGill, you like lost your coat. You had this nice like old man coat. You were saying,
yeah. And you know why? Because I had my cardigan and jean jacket stolen the previous night at, I forget what it's called. It's the warehouse or something.
The warehouse?
It's the warehouse. It's out of the way. It's just a rave venue.
Oh, Club Soda maybe?
No. I can't remember. It's kind of, it seems like it's almost in a steel. 290, Ben. We soared past it.
290?
Yep.
Jeez. The animation, we need animation for the like section too. I got so many animations we gotta make. Tyson's watching this. We got some work to do, my guy. Designing the animations. Riker, you got the OBS now. We both can cook up some weird videos and stuff. But we hit 290. Should we go for the career high, Riker?
What's the career high?
I got 350.
No, we're not going career high because Grandpa Riker actually is going to bed. So let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. At least 300. We're at 390. They're 293. If I can read numbers. 294 already? Yeah, we can. Yes, we can rock it to we can rock it to 300.
2 minutes have passed.
But
yeah, all's good in the world. This was great. It was extremely fun. And again, best fans on YouTube.
Yeah.
Best fans in the NBA, Raptors Nation, and it's just great. It's positive energy all around. And listen, next game, we got 2 days off. That rarely ever happens. Next game's against the Brooklyn Nets. That's the true test. If they can win that, people are going to be singing a different tune in the comment section. I guarantee you.
People are talking about Suwu. It wasn't Suwu. You didn't go to Suwu. That's on Saint Laurent.
Priya Mystery.
What?
Priya Mystery. Let me know if I pronounced that one right or wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think I'm off with that one. She says, I'm a 41-year-old woman here that always watches your show. Thanks. Shut up. I didn't think we had a huge female audience. So that's great because I know that there are females that are interested in the Toronto Raptors. And so it's great. Like it's a genderless sport, right? So it's great to have the support. Appreciate that. And says, maybe not an old lady. I shouldn't say that out loud, but you definitely ain't old yet. Listen, old at soul, old in the heart, and that's it. Got to go to bed. Got to keep the bedtime regimented.
The old soul that updates me on the newest YMB
305
YBN Namir tracks. The weird dichotomy of Riker Richard's oldness, but it's we got 305. You guys are the best. This pod setting records for super chat, setting records for everything. Legendary night. What is it? April 19th. Everyone that's in chat, you witness history. The Raptors 3-game winning streak. The Walmart Raptors 3-game winning streak. Quality pod. Everything rocking out. But you guys are the best for making this far. We should actually, Riker, before we send it off, we gotta give a little shout out to Design My Apparel. Because they're working hard. They're working hard to get our designs. And they can design some stuff for you. They got a promo code RAPS20. It's RAPS20 for Design My Apparel, correct?
RAPS20.
Yep. It used to be RAPS15, but they got the quality merch. And that's going to be what's coming to you, right? And you can design your own custom clothing if you have your own brand. Or you just want your own custom clothes. Go to Design My Apparel. Again, another local company in Toronto. So you can definitely check those out. Really, really good stuff. Quality shirts. And you guys will see it when we start selling them. The website's coming. So keep an eye out for that. But you guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Twitter, the Instagram, all that cool stuff. TikTok. I gotta get back on that. I've been slacking on that since school's picked up. And Raptors Digest.ca. I think I already plugged that. But Riker, you've rocked the Walmart hat all pod. Love to see it. But do you have any last words on this game?
Country Kong, appreciate you boys for the continued good vibes after losses and wins. Wins or losses, we're here and we're just enjoying another season of Raptors basketball despite everything that's happening in the world. So thanks everyone for participating.
Play the balloons. We're playing the balloons.
I'm off.
Ride it out.
I'm off.
Riker's going to sleep to end it out. And just to build off that point that Riker brought up, stay safe in Ontario. And when we talk about our basketball games, we are not in Ontario. We are in Newfoundland. So don't think we're breaking those protocols or not anything like that. But stay safe. Rock it out. You guys are the best.
Cheers.
Cheers.